gosh, look out there, out there. You guys, look out there. You wouldn't believe it. Look out there. Come on, you guys. You're gonna miss it. It's a whale. Michael, that's not a whale. Yeah, Michael, that's not a whale. You're lying. I am not. You guys don't believe me? Go look. When I looked again, and I searched out there in the sea, I scanned the whole sea, and it was just waves and whitecaps. That's all I could see. So they were right. Well, fine. You know what? I'm staying out here. They went back inside to get warm. But I wanted to see a whale. So I stayed out there for hours. And eventually I got tired. And I sat down in the lounge chair on the deck of the ship. Mom came out and brought a lunch and a blanket, a warm blanket. So I cuddled up with the blanket and I fell asleep. I woke, and in front of me, blocking my view, was this crowd of people pointing all over in front of me. What's going on? I thought. So I snuck through the crowd and I peered over the side of the railing. I climbed up on the railing and looked down. And there it is. Giant tail of a whale. And it disappeared into the sea. Gone. Everyone cheered around me. And I looked and they were all soaked. Completely soaked. So everybody headed inside to warm up and dry off and to dinner. Dad stood at the head of the table, captain in the Coast Guard. 10 years. He had planned this trip for the past year. We were heading from Seattle all the way up the Inside Passage to Anchorage, Alaska on a great adventure. He retold the tale of the whale that day. This giant creature came up from the sea and broke through the surface 40 feet in the air and crashed down. Everyone around me was soaked to the bone. And my son Michael laid there, fast asleep. I was sad, I was excited, I was in awe of my father, the great sea captain. I put him on a pedestal. He was life-sized, great, or bigger than life. And I thought, as he continued rambling on about stories that day, how amazing he was. We had a gourmet meal to celebrate with a delicious dessert, and then we headed to bed. Attention, it's 9 a.m. Please depart on the port side. You have arrived at Juneau, Alaska. We were here. We were in Alaska. As we headed down the plank to a big dock, there was an even bigger crowd of people. Hundreds of people had gathered, and they were pointing in the water. As kids, siblings, we fished through the crowd, and we stared down. Timmy, look at that. Look at that flash of silver over there. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, I see one too. I see one too. The whole sea was covered with a shimmering silver. They were herring schools, hundreds, thousands, millions of fish. And they were being chased by silver salmon. And the salmon were being chased by dancing sea lions. It was Mother Nature's circle of life that had unfolded before us. And we were right in the middle. Things winded down, so we headed into town to pick up trinkets, totems, and taffy for our friends back home. We had smoked salmon, and then back on the ship for another overnight to our final destination. We headed to bed early, and it was pitch black in the cabin. You kids, get up! Get up! Dad, the alarm said 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. I don't want to get up. You kids, get up. No questions. Put your clothes on, your coat. Let's go. We marched to the port, to the bow of the boat. We marched to the bow of the boat, and we stared up at the sky. It was a blaze of color. Look at the fireworks in the sky. Those aren't fireworks. Yeah, look at the colors. There were reds, oranges, turquoise, brilliant colors in the sky. It was like we were in a snow globe, in a dream. And the whole sky had lit up. It was a blaze of color. And of course, it was 3:30 in the morning, so it definitely felt like a dream. This was the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis that we were seeing as kids, as children. It was surreal. And then we realized that we were freezing. So we headed back to bed. Years later, we were at a family reunion. Dad, do you remember the cruise we went on in the spring of 1977? That was a great adventure. My son, that was not a cruise. That was a ferry boat ride. And you kids, the gourmet meal was hot dogs and hamburgers with an ice cream sundae and a cherry on top. But that trip, I could see your eyes lit up. For many years later, the great adventures that you went on, that I could never tell you that it was a ferry boat. Well, Dad, it was amazing. I shared that story with my father January 12th of last year. I was about to give a Toastmaster speech about it. He was really sick and tired, and he was falling asleep. Because I called him in Orlando at 4 p.m. My mom had the phone, and she said, keep talking, keep telling him the story. He's loving this. He's glowing. I cried. I laughed. We shared our greatest adventure that day together. And the next day, he passed away. My friends and Toastmasters, sometimes family can be hard, relationships can be hard. But remember, cherish those moments with your parents, with your family, because you never know when they're going to be gone. In life, take the cruise and not the ferry boat.